Good morning. It's Wednesday, September 6th. And now the whole world is changing. And I'm talking specifically about working. No longer do people go to the office to spend between 7 and 8 hours in the office or in the warehouse or wherever they may work. I'm sure there are certain types of jobs when you have to go to the office or you have to go to the warehouse. But for those people who work in offices, that's not the case. They don't have to go to the office. And they have taken control of the work environment. No longer can the bosses say to them, you need to give me 8 hours in the office. No, they work from home. They make deals. And this is all because of the pandemic and the stress that put on all these people. And many employers found out that they could get their job done without people being in the office for 8 or 10 hours a day. That people were perfectly capable of doing their jobs from home. And they would work different hours. I mean, a person would be responsible for giving his employer 8 hours. But it didn't have to be from 9 to 5. It could be from 9 to 10 in the evening with time off to take the kids to nursery school or pick them up from school. So the whole work environment has radically changed. And the workers are cashing in on this new flexibility. And when employers have demanded that they come back to the office for 8 hours a day, there's been an uproar. There's been a monumental uproar about that. And the bosses have relented. And the bosses made out very well because in many cases they were able to reduce their office size. They were also able to move their locations to smaller facilities and save money on rents and things like that. So this new flexible environment has been good for both sides of the coin. And how is this going to affect many other people? I mean, if I was a worker and I was looking around and I had a job where I had to be someplace all the time, 8 hours a day, I don't know if I would want to continue in that job. I would be looking for something that would make a lot more flexibility. Now, it turns out that the work that I did for 40 some odd years, I could have done a lot of it from home if we were able to do that in those days. There was no internet. There was no way for me to I could write my computer programs at home. That was okay. Then I come to the office and I have to produce the code for all the diagrams that I might have scratched out at home. And I can remember several times at home when I had a programming problem that had to get done. I would not go to sleep so early. I would be thinking about this problem. I would solve it lying in bed. And then I would go to the office and produce the product that I had thought about last night. But now I can sit in front of my computer and I can get everything done. And that's a wonderful thing. It's wonderful if you're able to work like that. So while this is going on with those that work from office, what about the people that have to be on the job? Like the bus drivers and the policemen and the firemen and other people like that can't get away. They don't have an office in a sense that's a place to work, right? In fact, doing a workout or something like that, or shopping or whatever it is, or leaving early to grab groceries and pick up the kids before coming back to the office or something like that. There are people that have jobs that have to be at those jobs. They can't avoid it, right? Is that going to cause a rift in our society? When you look around and you say, geez, I'm working 8 hours a day and I got to go to the office and I got to pay to commute and all of those things. And these people are making the same amount of money as me, but they're working from home 2 or 3 days and they're flexible hours. Is that going to cause a rift shift in our society? We haven't seen that yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. And I wouldn't be surprised if certain people that have jobs like that decide they're going to go find a job where they can work from home. That's not a bad thing. I mean, what if all the teachers decided that they could work from home? And they did a lot of online teaching during the pandemic. So why can't classrooms now be flexible and I could run the class from home? Is that possible? Yes, it is possible, but it's not the same thing. Being with people is very important. Being with students is very important. So there are jobs where you possibly could work from home 2 or 3 days a week, but it wouldn't be effective for the type of job that you have. Nurses, they got to go to the hospital. They're not working from home. Doctors have to go to the office. They're not working from home. Or maybe they can work from home. I know a psychiatrist who sees patients online. He Zooms them. But not everybody can do those kind of things. Now, there are many employees who are now upset that these people are not coming to the office. But the employers are caught in a box because the employees are standing their ground. They're saying, look, we got the jobs done for 3 years. Why do we have to all of a sudden go back to a 9-to-5 schedule? I work the way I work harder for you. Why don't you just leave me alone and let me do my job the way we've been running for 3 years or so? And many employers have acquiesced to those requests. Even though some workers have given in to going to the office for 2 days instead of not at all, or going to the office for 3 days. But going to the office isn't like going to the office used to be. Because when they go to the office now, they rarely stay 8 hours. In fact, the statistics that are shown that 84% of the people are lasting just about 6 hours when they go to the office nowadays. So that's a big, big change. And then I guess if they were only in the office for 6 hours, they're still responsible for getting work done. So they go home and they finish the job at home or wherever they have to be. And maybe they do it at night after they put the kids to bed or whatever, after they watch their favorite television show, whatever that is. And then they get their work done. The main thing is these people are getting the work done and getting more work done probably under this entire setup. So what's wrong with that? What is wrong with that? Nothing, except that it's not universal. It's not for everybody. And that's an unfortunate thing, right? So I'm wondering if this new setup is going to affect certain job categories, because maybe there are many jobs out there that people do that require them being in a certain place for a certain amount of time. There are many people that might not want to take those jobs. This could affect a certain segment of our society. Take the commuters, for instance. Why do they have to pay those outrageous fares to get to work every single day? So people are going to look for jobs where they don't have to commute anymore. This is a big, big change in our society, and I'm sure it hasn't been totally worked out. And there are still many employers that want their people in the office. But that's not going to happen so fast. So think about it. Think about what you would like to be doing. Would you like to work from home more often? Or would you rather be in the office 8 hours a day? Have a great day. Bye.